Hello and welcome to Nerdy. For nerds, by nerds, I'm Nerd Steve, and today we are going to be playing some Zoo Mafia with our zookeeper, Bobby Partridge. We also have our friend Robin in the house, as well as Goblin Katie, and Carlos. There are links in the description to check these fine folks out, and of course, you probably know who Nerd is. Um, we are playing Zoo Mafia tonight, and there is a link in the description to sign up for the Kickstarter when we relaunch it. You may or may not know we were making this game one way or another. We just don't know when yet. We've already had one attempt. Second time will probably be much better. We figured out some things and hammered out some details. With that, I'm just going to throw it to our zookeeper, Bobby.
Hey everybody, welcome to Zoo Mafia Blood Moonshine. This is a horror fantasy spin on Zoo Mafia. We love it. However, if you're not about the horror vibes, the gore and that kind of stuff, maybe find another great video on Nerdarchy's channel that is like not this one. But that being said, we love some horror vibes. We love some sirenscapes. That's how we do our sound effects and our music. And so we are going to be using that. And I have my trusty dice here. I am going to roll it and determine who of these fine folks is going to recap us. Okay, Robin, you're up.
Crap. Okay. Let me see. What I remember is we were in a labyrinth thing underneath the manor house, and there were holes in the ground and like ooze, and the ooze was trying to get us into the holes in the ground so that we'd end up in these test tubes and get chimeraed and gross. Carlos, I don't think I've ever picked on you before. Please take it.
Robin, if I had $1 every time you picked on me in our old guard game, I could retire.
But not here.
Yeah. What's good, internet? My name's Carlos Rivera. I run the Volcanic Knight YouTube channel. As I stated before, I sometimes join in on the old guard game when I'm not dying of asthma and whatnot. Recently, I found out, I'm the babyer in the group. But to recap what happened, upon entering into this sort of goofy chamber of goofiness, there was an individual there who was really feeling himself a bit too deep. So I did what I could best, spending markers to make him feel not so confident. We got some candles, and with that, I will let Alejandro tell the significance of these candles.
All right, I'm Nerdarchist Ted. Tonight I'll be playing Alejandro, the Jaguar Button. And last session, when we got into this aforementioned chamber, we started off kind of separated. Flick and myself were off doing one task while the others were kind of investigating the manor. But we managed to catch up, bypass the actual, chimerid creature that had made a deal with Jade, because I believe that's what your current incarnation is. But we noticed this little slide. We got down in there. The mayor was there along with was it a Manicore, Bobby?
Chimera.
The Manicore.
Chimera was in with the mayor. Manicore was the first thing we had to get past.
I thought it was vice versa that.
Nope, it was the other way around. So you fought the Chimera with the mayor, and then the Manicore was up top.
Okay, all right. So the Chimera was down there with the mayor. It was a little bit beat up from our previous fight with it because it hadn't quite healed just yet. Mayor was talking crap. We realized that there were some candles around. As soon as the Chimera decided it was going to launch itself, I unloaded Big Bessie, my submachine gun, took that thing out of the picture before it could even do a thing to us. We managed to figure out which candle was the mayor's, got that put down before Carl decided to put the major beat down with his silvered silvered razor or silvered knife, whatever he's got, and did some serious damage, and no more mayor. So with that, I'm not sure what else is left, so I apologize, Dave, but off to you.
No problems. I am playing Freddy Flick Finelli, the Sugar Glider Lookout, and There is not much left, but there is some things left. They were actually trying to summon the person that's behind all of this. And we all worked together to destroy the summoning circle, or at least mess it up enough to put the kibosh on that. So their I don't know, their leader was not able to manifest. So we still have a loose thread out there that we have to figure out.
Thank you very much. And yeah, so you guys have several different plot points you can follow at this point. However, we're gonna open.
We still have to let one more person weigh in and introduce themselves.
That's true. We'll have you introduce now, actually, yourself, and then we'll get to your character because we're gonna open with your character. So go ahead, introduce yourself, please. You are muted.
Who muted me? Which one of you did it? Oops. Hi, everyone. I am Katie Downey, aka Goblin Katie. I am a TTRPG and variety streamer. I am here, there, and everywhere on the interwebs as Goblin Katie. And this evening, I'm playing a character.
And we are getting to that character right away because the night is about halfway through and it's been boring. There's not a lot going on ever since the fire that enveloped the small animals enclosure. And here at the petting zoo, things have been quiet. And ears might feel some type of way about that. We'll find out. But we do have, sitting here in this barn where Bunny Malone has previously taken our group, there is a badger, a falcon, and a rat, actually. Just sitting here, chilling, hanging out with a jerboa. Katie, would you like to introduce us to the jerboa?
The name is Ears. I'm a bit of a wild child, some might say, but honestly, I think I'm just pretty straightforward. I have a knack with any sort of mechanical kind of things. One might say I'm a safe cracker. I'm pretty savvy, pretty small, fit into all sorts of troublesome spaces, but I get by.
And another jerboa who looks almost identical to you. Just sort of like squeezes her way in between this little loose plank in the side wall. And you would know that this one calls herself Toes. Hey, Ears.
Hey, Toes, what's going on?
So, Malone's got a job for you. I already went with this stuff, but you know my crew can't come with.
What? Why not?
Well, I guess it's some kind of subterfuge, subtle type mission or something. She wants you to infiltrate this party. And she started by having me go with them on something. I kind of did my own thing, you know, how I do.
Yeah.
But they didn't try to hurt me, so she thinks they're not going to hurt you.
All right. Sounds like a deal. What's the skinny on the group?
Well, so you know that bootleg, the Blood Moonshine that she was after, that's supposed to like make people immortal or some stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. She confirmed it. And word is that those four have the book with the recipe to make it. So she wants you to get it.
So we're gonna score the book, huh? Or at least
That's the
I'm
plan.
gonna score the book.
That's the plan. If you do it right.
All right. I think I can handle this.
All right.
Anything I should know about these folks?
So the bat has two different appearances, so you might see the one, but they're real good with that silver tongue business. And the monkey's in real good with Al Capone. So yeah, I know.
and just kind of like gives you this look as her nose twitches a little bit.
The Jaguar's a big softy. Don't believe him. He's not hot as nothing. He's just soft as they come.
Hi.
The one you really got to look out for is that sugar glider fellow. Former PI.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, he's got some drama with his ex though. So if you want to stir the pot a little bit, there you go.
Who's the ex?
She's one of the G-Force. You know, a Fed.
No.
Yeah.
You got a name?
Franny.
I'm sorry.
Franny.
Franny. Got it.
Franny.
Oh, I suppose it takes all types.
Yeah, I know, right? I was shocked.
So, how did they manage to get their hands on this? Is this like a super competent group, or is this going to be a fairly easy?
So I'm not sure, to be honest. When I was with them, I was only with them for a little bit. I watched them. I followed them quite a bit. I couldn't tell if they were really, really good at looking stupid, or if they're just really good at faking looking stupid.
Or
It's
maybe
one or the other.
So, let's see. Anything I should watch out for with these folks?
They seem to be pretty competent when it comes to making connections, because they got a lot of them around the zoo. It seems like each of them got some friends. So
Right.
be careful who you talk to. Play your cards close to your chest.
What do they know about us?
Well, if you remember, we had their chimpanzee friend held hostage while they took me on that mission. That was the monkey that was tied up in the back.
Oh, yeah, I remember that guy.
Yeah, the one we got drunk. Yeah.
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 Very
mean-
entertaining.
He was entertaining. He was very, very personable, actually.
Yeah.
Especially for a goon.
I
Yeah.
didn't hate him.
Didn't hate him. Didn't hate him. He was a very unhateable fellow.
Yeah. How much did you interact with him?
I interacted enough to be able to know that the one you gotta watch out for suspecting your stuff is the sugar glider. He's too on the nose, too on point about things. He really pays attention.
All right.
Yeah. The bat's got a soft spot though.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. He or she sometimes is real quick to make friends. Made friends with a Sasquatch from the circus across the park.
No.
Yeah, you know that big guy that was lumbering around?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're friends, buddies.
Do we want to try to recruit them?
I mean, I know your mama wouldn't hate the idea.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
All right. Well, that's all I got for you, but just know that we'll be here for you waiting when you get back.
And
Find them.
Badger, you can describe him for us if you don't mind.
I actually don't have my write-up.
Okay, well, this hulking badger with a scar on his eye walks up to you and he lumbers. He almost looms, except you know it's not looming. That's just kind of how he is.
Mhm.
And he's actually quite soft. And he pulls out a vial. He's like, your mom said that I should take this, but I think maybe it'd be better in your hands if this stuff really works. And he hands you a vial of the blood moonshine.
Aw, you shouldn't have. You sure you're gonna be okay with that?
I mean, you know I wouldn't be able to live with myself if something happened to you, little one. He kind of pats you on the head.
She like hugs his knee because that's about as high on a badger as she can reach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just kind of like pats your head, lifts the bowler that he gave you, pats it again, and puts it back down.
Thanks, boss.
Yeah. And then he steps back and Kess sort of flits over. She's like, all right. Look, be careful. Keep a lookout. And she hands you a spyglass. This
Oh,
is her trusty spyglass. This is the special one.
Cat. How dangerous is this group?
I don't know, but I was watching them too. When she was following, when Toes was following them, they I think it's more that they are good at pretending to look stupid, because some of them are real good when the going gets tough.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. And she'll flit away. And then lastly, Benji, the rat, he kind of comes up to you, he's like, well, Toots, I ain't
That
got
was-
nothing for you but this.
Not to cut you off, Steven, but that was all the rat. I thought that was the rat, man. That person should have been a stool pigeon. Told on us. Holy, oh my god. I'm sorry, please continue.
You're good. So the rat, he walks up to you, he's like, well, Toots, I ain't got nothing for you but this. And he kind of gives you a peck on the cheek.
Oh, Benj. You behave while I'm gone, all right? No trolling the bars.
No promises. And he kind of winks.
You know what happens if I catch you?
And then he'll kind of like slink away like he does, hands kind of up like this.
this little tiny, like, jerboas, pygmy jerboas, in case anyone doesn't know, basically look like gerbil heads or hamster heads, I guess, more like, with larger ears. And you can't see their front paws because they're like little T-Rex arms. And their hind legs are really long, like kangaroo long. And so they just kind of hop around, but she kind of pulls up her little T-Rex arm
and he will kind of like catch it. He puts it on his heart. And then he slinks off and away.
Be
And-
good and don't get caught.
And with that, we're going to cut over to none other than Dorothy's basement, the place where Jade is currently performing. Jade,
I really hope you don't expect me to sing.
no, but I do expect you to describe what your performance looks like.
Okay. So, Jade up on stage, emerald green dress with the beading fringe at the bottom, and it's like sort of catching the light, like you've got the one spotlight that's coming down, and of course, like this isn't, like it's a classy place, but I imagine it's kind of low budget, right? So like the light's sort of grainy, but that's part of the effect, right? Because the specific color of these beads catches that fragmented light just right so that it sprays all over the front of the stage, and if it had been cleaner light, that couldn't have happened. And so she's got like this big fluffy green feather boa around her neck, and she's just crooning into that microphone in this smoke-filled room. It's like exactly what you imagine that 20s, nightclub singer vibe to be.
I love that. I love that. And as you're singing, you remember your biggest fan, Barry? He's here. He's leaning on the stage, hanging on your every word in this room that is almost all neon pink. The floors are pink, the carpet's pink, the walls are pink, the stage is pink, the upholstery is pink, everything's pink. And behind the bar is this elderly flamingo woman with a cigar extender, just smoking away, watching this whole thing unfold, beads dripping from her neck. And Flick, Alejandro, and Carl, this is the first time you've been to Dorothy's basement. What are you doing?
I'm looking as tough as I possibly can in the corner. Not necessarily because Carl is just putting up a bravado, you know what I mean? Not really acting he's better than anybody, but off to the side, almost like pretending like Jade's muscle, but being observant. ominously.
And as
Alejandro
you're
is
doing
actually,
that,
Alejandro would be doing the opposite. He would be looking to kind of slink into a corner, not knowing, what the scene is here, and does not want to, draw the wrong attention or, create a scene. So he's trying to get the lay of the land to figure out, like, all right, how does it function here? Essentially he's treating this as kind of like, all right, I'm staking this place out to see, like, obviously my friend comes here, so it's got to be a cool place, but I need to learn what the ins and the outs are.
okay. So while you're doing that bit, you see that Carl is getting a lot of attention from a lot of the male patrons.
Sure.
Because he's looking very imposing, and they are all just going for that. And he has a lion, a crocodile, twin badgers, and a flamingo. All of them men just swooning, hanging on his every word in this place.
Literally, dog, like, what happened is, like, this Carl is just kind of like, he likes to get attention for 5 seconds, but kind of like, literally just grunts and shit, like, all like primal like and whatnot. Can you describe the flamingo real fast?
The male flamingo or the one behind the bar?
The one behind the bar.
So the one behind the bar, she actually has a human's blue curled wig just set right there on her head. And she has this extended cigar that she is smoking from. She has what looks almost like something between an evening gown and a nightgown, something an older woman would wear. She herself is aged like a fine wine. She has eye makeup that she's put over her white parts just around her eyes. And her voice is rasped with years of smoking.
I tip my hat to the gentleman here, and almost like the popular girl walking past a bunch of nerds, literally, I'm gonna walk past these dudes like, pardon me, excuse me, oh, did I drop that type of attitude, you know what I mean? And go over to the corner, just order me a plain simple drink.
Okay. And you can get whatever you want because Jade works here. Flick, what are you doing?
Much like Alejandro, I will be using the presence of Carl as kind of cover to make my way around the room and to check out, all the ways in, all the ways out. Who are the players in here, if there are any.
Okay.
Keeping an eye out for any signs of danger or any opportunities. But I also want to be very unobtrusive right now.
Okay. So what you both that are watching on and looking for danger notice is that a figure you've never seen here. Well, some of you might not have been here before, but the one that you haven't seen in a while, that Jerboa, comes through the door. Ears, after having delivered the password of I'm a friend of Dorothy, you manage to get into this place, to Dorothy's basement, to this speakeasy beneath a high-end restaurant called Dorothy's Place. Both of them run by this flamingo woman.
Got it.
You have heard that Jade works here, so that's your starting point.
Cool.
Ears is gonna walk in and kind of just sort of scope the room out, just looking around. I'm looking for a bat, a fancy bat.
Oh, says the flamingo woman. You mean like the one on stage there?
That's the one. Thank you.
You're welcome, honey.
Is it safe to say I hear this, considering I said I'm going at the bar?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So not interrupting Ears' transgressions, but like I'm like take a sip of my whiskey, neat. As Ears walks right by Carl, I just kind of like just see as they're making their way, taking notice in case
Bobby.
danger is arise.
If I recall correctly, last time we saw Ears was being chased by G-Force, right?
Out of the G-Force building.
And we have no idea what actually happened with Ears, or how mad or angry Bunny Malone could possibly be with us.
Well, you met with Bunny Malone later.
Oh, that's true.
And she was fine. She released Carl. She didn't say anything to you about it.
She didn't mention it. We did. Okay.
I'm gonna start to go up to one of the tables. Is there table service here?
There are table service here. You see that as you go up to the table and you ask for that, this panda bear wearing a bow tie and nothing else just sort of sidles up to your table. Can I get you something to drink, ma'am?
Oh, geez, that'd be swell. How about a mongoose mule?
All right. Do you want that on the rocks?
Straight up.
All right. Shaken or stirred?
Let's shake it up.
All right. Be right back, madam. And he kind of like does this thing that like wouldn't expect a panda to be able to glide away, but this panda glides away, just smooth as silk on this carpet.
Noted. And Ears is going to kind of scope out the room and see if she can spot any other individuals that look like the ones that were mentioned. I'm assuming she recognizes Carl because she saw him.
Yep.
So, and then she had Jade pointed out to her, so she's going to be looking for Alejandro, and she's keeping a strong eye out for Flick.
Okay, so go ahead and put your peepers to work.
All right. Alrighty. What do I need to roll?
So you roll 3d6.
Okay.
And you add the ally and the neutral boss dice together.
Got it. That is a 6.
A 6. Okay. Did you get any doubles?
No.
And okay, then in that case, nothing else really matters. So you got a 6, which is a failure. So you get an experience point.
No, you got the stat too.
With
The
the
stat.
awareness.
Oh, you add the stat too.
Which one would this be? Awareness?
Yes.
Awareness.
Okay, that's another 5, so 11.
11. Wow. Okay. All right. So you're really aware. So actually, that's almost a critical success. So what I'm going to say is, as you're scoping out, because Flick is also scoping out, the two of you lock eyes from across the room.
And having been made, I will make my way over to Ears. So, kid, it's good to see you made it out of the G-Force headquarters, okay?
Yeah, things got a little hairy there for a minute, but I came out of it all right.
I see you did. We figured it must have been all right since Bunny Malone let our friend go. But
Yeah.
how'd you do it? You had a lot of agents chasing you.
You know, it's nothing a little bit of a distraction can't solve. A little bit of dynamite goes a long way.
Yeah, that does the trick.
Yeah.
You actually helped us out a lot with the distraction you had laid out.
Oh, good. I was
Hey.
going to ask how you guys made out.
Well, Miss Bunny seemed quite pleased with the results. We got her what she wanted. We even were able to free one of the poor denizens of the zoo that was being tortured by the G-Force. They're as bad as a pack of criminals.
Almost worse. They make people think they're there for their good, but doesn't really seem like it, does it?
No, not at all. But you come by Dorothy's often?
Usually. I kind of got a hankering for a change of scenery.
Oh, well, I haven't been
worried
here.
that the G-Force might be looking for me in the usual hangouts.
That's smart. Yeah, I've actually not been here before, but my friend, you've met Jade. She's performing tonight.
Yeah. She looks outstanding. Sounds great, too.
Always does.
Yeah. I saw Carl over at the bar.
Oh, yeah, he likes to wander around beating his chest. You know how the primates are.
Yeah, they're a little bit showboaty, aren't they?
That's fine. And I'll try and catch Alejandro's eye and wave him on over.
Yeah, there's no way I was, able to slink away from Flick's gaze, so I'll come on over.
How's it going, Alejandro?
Hello again. Seems you made it out okay.
Barely, but yes. It helps being tiny and carrying a big boomstick.
Well, I tend to, do that, just not in here.
Yeah, I figure I ought to behave myself a little more in here.
I personally prefer to go
well-
a little more unnoticed myself, but each to their own.
Yeah, what can I say? I'm a flashy girl.
And I'll wave Carl on over.
Carl will definitely make his way, and I'm assuming the gentlemen are regathering themselves. Of course,
They
Carl's
are. Yeah.
So again, like the popular girl walking through a hall full of nerds, just excuse me. As
And right around now, Jade, you're finishing up as well. So you can come over if you want, or you can do something else.
Oh no, I do. I joined the table. Hey there,
Carl?
Treble.
Looks like you got quite a fan club, Jade. Phenomenal set.
Thank you.
You got quite a set of pipes on you.
I'll find a place to sit.
So, you guys all right then? You got out okay?
Yeah, we've done quite a bit since we last were on the job together. There's a lot going on in this zoo, and
Well,
somehow we've been mixed up in a lot of it.
yeah, things got a little hairy over at our place.
What's going on over there?
Oh, fires.
They seem to be catching around the zoo lately.
Yeah, they do. Any ideas what's going on with that?
Well, I don't know. I was thinking maybe the way you like to throw around that dynamite, maybe you knew something.
Nah, arson isn't my thing. Explosives, demolition, break-ins, that's more my racket.
Oh, turf wars, crazy moonshine, angry cops,
Monsters.
there's monsters.
Whatever I
There's
can
lots of
get my
things.
tiny hands on. So,
as far as a coward's way out. If you're gonna do it, you gotta do it face to face.
actually, I agree with that wholeheartedly. Especially when they got muscles like you, goodness gracious.
Bro, I tip my hat so hard and call over a drink for ears.
I think I personally set like half of those fires.
You're playing Flick, not Tully.
Well, wasn't there a fire-breathing monster at one point in time?
Yeah, there was that too. So I feel like now there's like this awkward silence at the table, as if everybody wants to pump everybody for information, without giving away anything.
And meanwhile, Jasper Jade is just exchanging a meaningful look with Dorothy.
And Dorothy just kind of like looks at you, looks at all of them, looks at you, and then she's like,
is Dorothy giving
and puffs
giving
smoke.
Jade looks of like, why did you bring them here?
It's something in that ballpark, but it's also something else. There's something else there too. And
I got it.
Yeah, she just like blows these clouds of smoke from the nostrils in her beak and watches intently.
I believe they're called Nazaire, something like that.
Oh, the cigarette
Ooh.
holders?
No, the a bird's nostrils.
Oh,
didn't know
yeah,
that.
that makes sense.
I call them
Random
hard
trivia.
noses. I literally
No,
call them
that's
hard
great.
noses.
So, are we gonna do tit for tat, or are we just gonna sit here and stare at each other?
What does Bunny know about the monsters that have been roaming around?
As far as I'm aware, not that much. She's a bit perturbed, judging by the word that's been passed down. Getting kind of worried about her interests being hit.
Well, there is a new player in the zoo. And
Who's that?
they are part of a underworld, but not the one we're used to.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Friend or foe?
Yeah. I'm gonna lean on the foe side. So every time we think we know who's making the monsters in the zoo, it turns out they die and more monsters get made, and there's always someone else. First there was this crazy chip named Barnaby. Then there was the Predator, which turned out to be the mayor. And then there's someone
Wait, I'm
pulling...
sorry, the Predator was the mayor?
Predator was the mayor.
Well, I'll be...
Well, and the key point there is was.
Yeah, but apparently there's somebody else even worse than the mayor.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there's somebody pulling puppet strings or behind it in some way, shape, or form. I don't know if it's going to be as vicious or destructive. It's at least somebody guiding things.
Are you following up on that?
We're at a bit of a dead end right now.
You want
We're-
some help?
You know, I think Bunny might have some resources that we don't.
Just might.
And I think at the end of the day, this is going to concern us all. Nobody wants to get Hambino'd.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
that would be bad.
That was messy.
Nobody wants to get Chimera either.
Oh, yeah.
No one wants to be attached to my ass.
Chimera,
That's for
like
certain.
a monster. Chimera.
Yeah.
A monster.
Yeah. No, seriously. Like, you're being a little bit glib. I'm, like, eye contact. Serious eye contact. Yeah, like the monster.
Well, so the Chimera was actually made up of very prominent people in the zoo, right? So, Goatsby, you know, the rich banker Goatsby, and then there was who was the Kimono Dragon?
Jackie Dragna.
Jackie Dragna, and Henrietta Ford.
No, that
Yeah.
was a different one, but
But she's also involved in one of the monsters.
yeah, she was. She was part of the cockatrice.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's right. That's right.
That
And
was
the-
actually turning people to stone, by the way.
And it's actually still running around someplace.
So wait, you're telling me
Mm-hmm.
that these monsters have magical abilities?
Some.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't see the Manticore do anything magical.
I would hope not.
I mean, the Chimera breathed fire. The Cockatrice turned people to stone. The Squid Cat thing.
Wasn't there a human involved in its construction, though?
Yeah,
That
it
was
does make
the-
it extra gross.
The human's
Wait,
face
yeah.
They
sewn onto
involved a
Fernando.
human in making the monster?
Yeah, they attached one of us to one of those things.
Literally, as that's being said, you can see Carl's visible disgust. Since he's the closest thing to a human in this group, like, vomit.
One of the most famous animals in the zoo is Fernando the tiger.
Yeah.
Fernando and the human, my poor buddy Pinch, they were all kind of crammed together. That's a fate worse than death, having to share your being with a filthy human. Oh.
They're so naked. Ugh. All right, so you're at a dead end. You got information on the different monsters. And it explains where a lot of folks have been disappearing to. But you're at a dead end and you need a lead.
Yeah, we don't know who the mastermind is. They were trying to summon them, but they were wearing robes, and it was getting really hairy in there. So we kind of disrupted the magics. Was he tall or short? Oh, right.
He was human-sized.
So I don't know, another primate maybe, or could it possibly be a human interacting with?
I mean, if they were able to get another human, do they have to overpower these folks to merge them?
Yeah, had them in tubes and stuff. It was really weird.
That would suggest it would need to be another human or a really powerful gorilla.
Oh no, the predator, the mare, was only a koala bear.
Right, but they
Hey.
took out a tiger and a human.
No.
But you're also only looking at it from the perspective of what we already know. If some of these creatures that have been created have come with powers, maybe whatever's behind it has found a way to have some of these powers themselves.
Sure. Right, so based on facts,
Do the rest of us know that this stuff came out of South America?
I don't know if Alejandro shared that yet.
I have.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a whole conversation where I told them that, you know, I had seen something like this before I was taken out of the jungle. I didn't be like, oh yeah, the book came from there, and that's all my fault. But
you looked into Machine Gun Otto at all?
Not really. I mean, someone did set one of his places on fire.
Yeah, but I mean, with the organizational structure being hit like it has been,
He is crazy enough to get involved with this dark stuff, that's for sure.
And oddly enough, the only one that hasn't been hit by any of it, right?
Literally the entire time as Carl's hearing all of this, he's just opening and closing his straight razor, you know.
Ears
And then
pulls
when-
hers out and starts flipping it open and closed.
Literally, not even in intimidation fashion, just kind of like his
Yeah.
his fiddle.
you're playing with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's playing with it, right?
Fidget spinner.
Spinner.
And in response, Jade snaps open a folding fan and just
And
we
when
got a whole
Machine-
game going here, don't we?
when Machine Guns Otto's name comes up, kind of snaps shut, and is like, that filthy little rat.
River
Wanna
rat.
be.
I'm just
Listen.
saying,
He has been
if
hit
it's
at
coming
all.
down to the structure, the power structure, and the figures of influence being taken down, it would make sense to check him out.
Perfect sense. Of course, it was obvious. Ah!
There
I
is
mean, we don't know for sure. That's just a guess.
there's a slight complication with that.
Back
I'm
then
all
he set
ears.
his shit on fire and stole from him, and did a bunch of hilarious things. You mean that complication?
Well, no, that wasn't what I meant at all, actually. I'm more referring to the fact that we have more pressing business.
Oh. More pressing than monsters?
Well, if we're going to fix the monsters at all, if we're gonna figure out how to do that, then we need to still be here to do that. And all of this caused a lot of damage. I've got it on good authority that they're planning on shutting the zoo down if we can't pin it on someone else. So we need a human to take the fall.
All right.
I think I know a few humans that can take the fall.
You thinking that
There's-
crazy lady from the circus?
I mean, there's her, but I mean, listen,
You got a
this
lot of
is just
contacts
on-
with humans, do you?
Well, no, this is just on a need to know basis. It sounds like we need to know right now.
So, do you know anything about the human world and how we might set up some kind of evidence to track to that?
I mean,
we're
maybe I got a knack for the mechanisms. Might be that I could find something in their garage that they got. That if we got something from a human you wanted to frame up, we could frame them for the fires. Maybe they got some lockers in the place where all the two legs get changed for work.
literally
bad
Carl
idea.
takes offense. Little Carl takes offense to that. To do it.
I mean, I got two as well.
No, he does it, but you know, obviously
Oh, okay,
not.
got it.
Yeah. He's just, I'm just JK. I'm memeing.
Just a mental note.
Yeah. But Carl's mentioned like word on the street is these wannabe gangsters from the outside are setting up these fires. And if you ears can get that evidence, well, god damn it, I think we got ourselves a particular job that your expertise is on the right note for.
So I think what we got to do is we got to get something from these human, put it in the zoo, and then we got to get something from the zoo and put it in the human place. They lead back to each other.
Well, you would know better than most.
What if we could get one of their wallets?
Get one of the what?
Their wallets
Oh, yeah.
or a purse.
Literally, Carl pretends he knows what Flick is talking about.
That's what they put their peanuts in.
What about? I mean, we gotta find something that works for planting something here, but we gotta find something from here that's tied to the fires that we can plant on them.
Maybe one of the bodies.
You wouldn't
was
take a body
thinking-
with you.
Why? Yeah, why would they take it?
What about
Who knows why
keys?
humans do anything?
What about
What
keys to
about
an area
some-
that?
Sorry, go ahead.
I say, what about keys?
Oh. Oh, that's clever. Because they would have to have keys to get into the zoo. That's very clever.
It's incriminating. I like it. Make it so.
I'm gonna need some help with all this. I don't suppose you guys are looking for something to do.
We want to see this through so that things can kind of get back to our normal.
That would be nice. It's a little bit too much heat here. No pun intended. Alright, so I guess we need to get a hold of the keys first. Take them to whoever you want to frame's place. And plant them and get some of their shit.
Yep. Sounds like the plan.
All right. So, here's the bit, the catch, the hook of it all. The entrance of the zoo, where the barred doors are, where the barred windows are, where they take the tickets and sell the tickets, and where the keys are and everything, that is the bank. That is the bank of the zoo. So you guys are going to have to do a bank heist
God damn it.
in order to get these keys.
Yes.
I am here for the heist.
You look contemplative, Flick.
I'm just thinking about which humans we should set up.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we need to get one of them human papers and see which ones they're yapping about for the crimes.
Alright.
I don't know. There's always that one with the beady black eyes that I don't particularly care for. I don't know who he is, but how about we set up him?
Well, I wouldn't set up any of the zookeepers. They bring us our food.
Yeah. What about one of
Also-
the people who cleans everything up? Like the big things that they throw all their wrappers and stuff in.
What about one of those sticky fingered children?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think one of the children's going to have a locker here in the zoo.
No,
Not in-
probably not.
Uh,
But it was a fun idea for a moment, and it made me feel a little better about having gotten
Well-
poked in the eye the other day.
I was kind of thinking we might have to go outside the zoo.
really?
Yeah, find one of the crime families for the humans.
I think you're right about that.
Set them up.
I have a contact that might be able to help with navigating outside the zoo.
Oh, that'd be super useful.
He's a lot, I'll warn you.
I like a lot.
I don't know. After the last couple days we've had, I'm sure it'll probably won't be so bad.
Alright. I'll put the word out and see if I can get a hold of him. In the meantime, I suppose we ought to break into the room they all keep their stuff in.
Sounds like a plan.
Should be a piece of cake.
After the
Like
things
Kate.
y'all have gotten away with, I have faith.
So, we are starting a job. Does anyone have any start of job abilities they would like to use right now?
I would say I do.
Okay.
So I want to use stakeout on.
Okay.
I don't know, like whether we have a location of where we think the mobsters might be. Because I need to, it's about getting into places and bypassing their security.
Mhm.
So
I have there is no door, which
Uh-huh.
is a move that allows me to open anything with tools and time.
Okay. So, you do know that if you guys are gonna get these keys, or if you're going to try to find information on who they're talking about, all of that's still going to be at the zoo entrance in the office. So the head zookeeper's office is in the entrance. It's kind of like adjacent to it. And Tom Buck, that many pointed antler deer that runs the bank, who was at Goatsby's party, he uses that office as his office for running the bank.
Love it.
It also happens to be one of the only buildings in which he can actually walk through with those antlers. So, there's that.
So I am going to use my network of ears and eyes, and I have a 7, which is a gain of 2 holds. So
Okay.
I'm going to use one of them to find out who the most prominent crime family is outside of the zoo amongst the humans.
Okay. All right. So, that family in this city would be the Caprese family.
Easy caprese, love it.
They make a great salad.
And for my second hold, I would like to get the movement schedule on, where we're going to be stealing the keys from.
Okay. So, almost in this clip away montage, like in those spy movies where you have a scene and then it clips into this panel and then another scene happens, it clips into another panel, right? Until you have a whole mural of what's going on, of these snapshots of everything happening. You watch as the schedule falls out of someone's pocket midday and then is quickly swiped up by a pigeon. The pigeon then flies over to a drunken squirrel who uses it as a napkin before handing it off to you. And you now have that from your buddy Seamus O'Malley, the drunken gray squirrel.
Good old Seamus. He always comes through for me.
So once Flick gives me, the location of where I'm supposed to be, looking at, I kind of take some time, and for whatever reason, I start thinking about, all right, what is this going to be? And I'm trying to watch what's going on, but I get distracted. My brain starts thinking about all right, if we're not successful here, the zoo could get shut down. Chances are, I might get shipped off to another zoo. Maybe with my friends, maybe without. Maybe there's a chance I get sent back to the wild. Just wouldn't be so bad. And then I start thinking, would my friend get shipped back with me? And before you know it, the time frame of what I'm supposed to be doing, is over, and be it, Flick or somebody else, comes tapping me on the shoulder. It's what did you learn? And the answer is nothing. I failed my roll. I get a -1 on my next check, and it sucks.
That's rough, buddy. So thankfully, Ear's ability is going to help you guys a lot for this. So,
Right.
So I guess the only real question then is, are you guys going to do a daylight stakeout, or a daylight heist, which is going to result in the animals not being present or using it as a bank? But it means you're going to have to get past the humans vending tickets during the daytime. Or do you want to run it as a nighttime heist where it's a bank, but you don't risk being seen by the humans?
Crew?
If we do it during the daytime, I don't know that Alejandro and Carl can really do much without getting spotted.
Alejandro's always spotted.
Take a point of inspiration.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Damn it.
Amazing.
2.
No matter how many points I put in the slide. Damn it.
Right.
So you raised the point that I would have said as well. It's a lot harder for us to get in. We could.
I mean, does it matter if anybody else knows what we're doing? It's not
we
exactly
could-
against anyone here.
We could potentially cause a little bit of distraction.
This is true. If you two escaped your holdings, then that might cause a little bit of a panic. They would evacuate the zoo because big cat and, chimpanzees. Y'all are really strong, so they'd be afraid of that. So they'd probably evacuate the zoo, and everybody on staff would be trying to find the two of you. It would clear the coast for us.
What if I did do that, but instead of acting like a wild goon, instead I was acting kind of like playful monkey. Haha, I mimic human. Hoo, you eat banana, I eat banana type bullshit. Literally human pandering. The most degrading shit you can do inside the goddamn zoo.
Mhm.
You get
I
out of your
respect that
enclosure.
you would do that for us, though.
Yeah, that's a pretty big sacrifice. But why would they? I mean, I suppose if you're out of your pen, regardless of what you do, they're gonna be panicked. But
Humans are
you
pretty
might
stupid.
not get tranquilized if you're being nice.
The humans are pretty stupid, so
They are.
well, that's my contribution. I'm willing to slink out and go through whatever hardships of having to get recaptured.
It might be a little bit rougher with you, Alejandro.
I mean, worst case scenario, we can arrange some sort of signal so that when we've got what we need, you can just get back in your pen and they won't have to do anything to you.
No, in order for the stupid humans to feel safe, I've got to be caught.
Yeah, it's probably true.
I mean, I don't mean to, use the usual phrase, but they enjoy their cat and mouse, and I just give you a sheepish grin.
So, are you okay with being shot with a trank?
Well, I don't. Does Ears know about our condition?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not really afraid of what they're capable of doing.
Well, that sounds like a pretty good plan. And then we got Carl running backup distraction. I suppose, Flick, you can be the eyes on the scene and get us in, and Jasper Jade can take the keys once we secure them so that we don't have to drag them around.
Sounds like a plan. I'm one of those middling sizes where I can I'm not going to be able to get in there, but if you can get it up to me, I can get it out.
I think there's a window in his office, isn't there?
No,
All right.
you can always use the vents.
Oh, another good call.
Well, the vents don't allow for Jade Jasper to stretch their wings. So the window might be a better option.
No, I like the window. That sounds good.
So, all right. So, who is acting first? Are we having the escape first or the heist start first?
I think we get into position, and then they have to escape so that they can cause distraction. We gotta dress Carl as a cowboy, have him ride Alejandro around the zoo. Spurs are optional.
That's exactly what I do. I kind of do that stuff and like
I'm so
ride
here.
on top of Alejandro. Like, I'm like just casually, just giddy up on the Oh
Now, if
Wow.
if the chimpanzee is riding the jaguar, that's going to be marker's loss. So I don't think that's a good idea. somehow we both get out of our cage and we do, our plan. I'm gonna try my best to, act like a regular jaguar. I'll outsmart them where I can, and I'll try to make the chase last as long as I can.
Okay.
That
So
I want to put the word out to get Benji
okay.
to meet with us once we've got this heist taken care of, because he's going to be our guide outside the zoo.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Love it. So it is going to come to sunrise, and the morning starts, and the zoo by day is a very different place from the nightlife. Children are laughing, families are coming and going. It's a Saturday, it's busy. It's especially busy because of all the attention that's been gotten because of the fire and the word that the zoo might close. So a family is walking by, mom, dad, and a little girl on daddy's shoulders who points and tugs on daddy's ear. Look, daddy, look, cat, kitty. And he's like, yes, dear, yes, kitty, I know we're going. She's like, no, there, kitty. And that's when he sees Alejandro just chilling in the tree. He screams, ah! And he and his wife grab the daughter and begin running, screaming, jaguar, jaguar. Other people scream, cheetah! And it's a panic in the zoo. And
at that point, he doesn't grab his daughter, so he grabs my hand accidentally.
Oh my God. So you hand the daughter up into the tree, and you're now walking with the guy. He looks down, what? And then sees the girl just like chilling. Whee! He screams yet again. If this were a cartoon, his hair would be like this. And the man runs over to the tree, snatches his baby girl, and the rest of you hear the panic unfold across the zoo. This is wild, no pun intended. What are all of you doing?
I am making my way to meet up with Jasper, Jade, and Flick.
Okay. So you find them very easily just right outside the entryway that is the bank during the night. They're all hiding in the bushes, waiting on you.
We ready to do this?
I was born ready for this.
Flick, you seen the head zookeeper come out?
Have I seen the head zookeeper come out? Who's kind of made their way out?
So you have seen the head zookeeper actually ran out of his office, and he books it. And he goes to this little stand here, and there's like what looks like a walkie-talkie sort of thing. He pulls it out and starts speaking over this speaker system with like these loud megaphone sort of things that are just on poles around the zoo. And he's like, everyone must evacuate the zoo immediately. This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill. The animals have escaped. And then you see Carl just like swing by and it's like, oh yeah, there we go. And it is utter panic. And you see that, or rather you hear in the distance, those golf carts that the Fuzz uses as sirens, as their police cars during the nightlife. Those are now driving out, pulling out, screeching with their sirens blaring. And they're all chasing after that chimpanzee that's swinging from the lines.
Excellent.
Remember me when I'm gone.
We are going to, I guess, Flick and I will probably make for the door.
Okay.
Jasper, Jade, meet us at the window.
Absolutely.
Steven, I would like to use my ability to stand in the gaps.
Okay. You can absolutely do that. And ears, the door is locked.
Not for long.
Oh, what does doubles mean?
Doubles, it depends on what if you have any bosses showing and some other stuff. So are there any 6s?
No.
Okay, so doubles, did you succeed? Did you fail? What did you get as a number?
Let me finish rolling. 10, 16, 17, 20.
20?
That's
I
not
got a
possible.
sly of 4, baby.
Oh, so you only add the 2 that's the ally and the neutral. You don't add the enemy.
Oh, okay,
You don't
because
add the enemy die.
my ability says I add sly plus the roll.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you
so-
don't
So I add 4.
Yes.
Oh.
So that's a 10.
Okay,
with
that's a
doubles.
success. So you go up here, and this is child's play. This lock is easy. You put your pins in, and it takes like 2 movements, and click, it's open.
Click, click, good.
And I will get the door open and scurry in, or hop in, I
Yeah,
guess.
you easily hop through that doorway, and you find yourself in this office of this human. It's a human-sized office, so big, but you got this. You got this. You just need to find where it is that you need something. So, Flick, what are you doing?
When somebody runs out, so I am hidden. I've successfully stood in the gaps.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a complication.
Oh.
So success with consequences essentially, and so whatever that is, Zookeeper.
Okay. I'm gonna say that the complication is that you slip into the door, right? And just as the door is about to shut, one more person slips through the door. Now, Flick, what are you doing here? It's Franny.
Oh, I know. I know the voice. Franny. I'm imagine the same as you. Trying to figure out what's going on with all this chaos.
Oh no, that's not what I'm doing. And she sort of like pushes past you and starts rifling through things.
Franny, what are you looking for?
Well, what do you think I'm looking for? A way to keep the zoo open.
Well, we're looking for a way to keep the zoo open.
Well, then I guess it means we're on the same side for today.
So look,
Meanwhile, outside, Carl and Alejandro, what mayhem are you doing?
You want to go first, Carl? Or you want me to do it?
I'm posing for pictures for the children, doing
Okay.
stuff, running through whatever cotton candies and whatnot, man. I'm trying to re-rendezvous with everybody and shit, but at the same exact time, not trying to be a hindrance towards their stealthy efforts.
Okay.
I'm trying to make a scene. Charging around, looking to get into trees. When there's not anyone around, give a little bit of a jaguar snarl. Not anyone immediately close. Giving enough of a threat, but making it look more like I want out, not I want to eat people.
Okay.
I'd rather not get, shot and. Oh, I mean, might not be so bad if they toss my body outside and I'm free, but that creates its own problems.
Okay. So you have one of these siren carts has found you, and it is zooming after you with with the passenger side. Zookeeper has like this stick with like a leather loop on it that's kind of like extending it out your direction. I need you to get out of a jam.
Get out of a jam with my -1 forward.
You can do it.
No, that is going to be a 5 with double, sir.
Okay, failure with doubles. All right, so you have a -1 forward. You get XP. No bosses.
Yay, I get no bosses.
Okay, so they get this thing around your neck, and so this guy's got you, and he's like, I got him, and the other guy's like, great, now what do we do? I don't know.
Can I take a swipe? Can I take a swipe at his arm with my claw?
Sure, go ahead and try. Roll a bop.
All right, so that is going to be a 7.
7. Okay, so success with consequences. So you succeed at swiping his arm. The consequences that draws attention of another one of these siren cars with one of these people hanging out of it.
Does he let go of the thing?
I will say yes,
that was what I was looking
your
for.
Consequence. So yeah, he lets go, and now you got this stick around your neck.
All right, so I take off.
And
I got this thing dangling off my neck, but I'm running away.
Okay, you're running away.
This is fine.
Are you Jasper or Jade right now?
Probably Jasper, since I knew
Yeah,
I was going to be criminal today.
Yeah, you're
okay.
working.
So Jasper, you're kind of like chilling where nobody can see you, but you can see what's going on, and you watch as this intercom once again shouts, "The Jaguar is out of his enclosure. Please secure the Jaguar." And then this child sees Carl and is like, "Look, mommy, a monkey." And then she's like, "That's not a jaguar." and the little kid runs up and like starts pulling on Carl's fur.
Please contain the Jaguar is going to be a meme in our social circle for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Carl, how are you reacting to the child pulling on your fur?
Well, listen, man. I'm not trying to repeat a Harambe situation. So, what I'm definitely trying to do is get away from said child. I might lose a patch or two. That's fine. But if I could try to make my way towards Alejandro,
okay,
swing my way by. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I disengage from said child.
Let's see. How about you roll a You can either roll get out of a jam, or you can bop for wild because you're using your monkey stuff to get there.
And I'm just gonna. I'll push the child over. That's fine. I'll wild my way out. Not harmfully. I'm not like smacking the shit out of him. Just kind of like, yeah.
Gonna drop him in the lion's
And we're
cage.
the mob. We're the bad guys. We're allowed to do
11,
things that push
12,
kids.
13.
13.
With a +1 forward, 14 with ally ball showing.
Okay, so you get a +1 forward,
Cool.
and you gain a marker,
We'll fucking use
and
that.
the child just sort of like tumbles over. The mother screeches. It's like, "My baby!"
Fuck them kids. Fuck them kids, man. Go for
You
it.
go off. You actually bounce off of the mother to get onto these wires that you've been using to like get around the zoo real quick. And you start jungle swinging over. In the office, Ears and Flick. In order to find what you need, I need you to put your peepers to work. And both of you get a +1 forward because Franny's helping you.
Awesome.
All right, I have got a 14.
14. Ooh, wow. Okay.
I don't even want to roll.
You can still roll because you might find something useful.
All right. I don't think I will, but let's try this.
I mean, worst comes to worst, you found XP.
Mm-hmm.
Roll every chance you get.
Yup.
Nine with double 4s.
9 with double 4s. Okay. So you get a -1 forward, but you give a +1 forward. So who do you want to give it to?
I'm gonna give it to Ted/Alejandro because he is he's dealing with a lot right now.
That's 100% valid. So you do succeed though with that consequence. And you know what you find? You find papers.
All right.
Specifically, there's receipts from a speakeasy outside the zoo. Meaning that the zookeeper, the head zookeeper, is patronizing a mob establishment and has been drinking during Prohibition.
Yeah, he has.
Mm-hmm. Flick,
How about this?
you find the keys.
And I've got these, so it looks like we're in business.
On it.
And yeah, you guys find that. And outside, Alejandro, get out of a jam for me.
Everything's fine.
It's that meme, everything's on fire. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Holy crap. My dice hate me.
Oh no.
So I have a +1 forward from ears.
Uh-huh.
My moxie is 2.
Uh-huh.
So that's 3 before
Right.
I touch my dice. I still fail. That is a 6 with
Wow.
double 1s.
Okay, so you got a -1 forward. And you know that other car that that saw you
Yep.
with the guy hanging off? He got you now too. So you have 2 of these sticks around your neck. And one of them is being held by a zookeeper. And Carl,
Awesome.
you arrive on the scene. What do you do?
What do I do? Okay, so, how do I disarm the zookeeper without whooping his ass?
You don't.
Well, I mean, you could literally disarm him. You know, remove the arm.
Or
I
you
see what
could throw poop.
I don't think Carl's willing to sink that low.
Not for the human's sake, but maybe for Alejandro's sake. Well, I'm not trying to make it a shit show, but I'm finding low on options. You know what? I literally jump on Carl's back, whisper, buddy, lean in, lean in, lean in. As I kind of guide him to lean toward into the humans, I grab the sticky John, kind of like unwrap it off.
Oh.
And, hoping that and correct me if I'm wrong on the physics of it all, because it's the first loop around him, the second loop will have to be on top of the first loop, so it would help nudge both off.
Not exactly. It might hang him because they're like on opposite sides.
Well, I'm still
You
taking the
don't
first
hang
one
him.
off. Yeah, but like, alright, I jump into the golf cart with the humans.
Okay. What are you doing when you get into the golf cart with the humans? You can get there.
I'm definitely just fucking with the steering wheel, and I'm just like, lean in as I. So as Alejandro leans in, hopefully, I turn the cart in the same direction, fucking with the humans, hoping that it somehow releases him in such a way, and I'm like, "Arr." If I have to fart really badly, dog, I will, just to distract. I don't know what's going on,
Okay.
man, but like,
Roll either wild or moxie, whichever you'd rather.
oh, definitely go wild. This is wild as
Okay.
shit. I'm gonna spend the marker. So
Okay.
it work.
All right, it succeeds. Alejandro, you're one loop off of you, and it's the one that was being held. So you're just back to the one on you. Flicking ears, what are you doing with these keys and these receipts?
Well, so I guess we have to meet up with the rest of the gang so we can figure out getting outside of the zoo and plant things where they need to be planted.
Yep.
So, Flick, what are you gonna do with all this?
Well, there's this crime family outside the zoo. You're gonna like this, Franny. You really are. We're gonna frame them, the Capizis. They're like the Al Capone or Carlo Gambino. Well, what Carlo Gambino was before he lost his head, but for the humans.
So you're gonna frame the mob of the humans for what you did?
What do you mean what I did? I didn't do it all. I didn't make the monsters. The fire-breathing monsters.
Should I just let the two of you figure this out? Or is this a private party? Or can I interject?
Who's this? Your new squeeze? A little young for you, isn't she?
Not young at all. Just the right age. What can I say? He's going for something a little more spry.
Oh. Well, honey, let me tell you, this one is nothing but trouble. And from the look of it, you seem like the sort that already finds trouble, so take some advice and save yourself a headache. Get out while you can.
Oh, you know, I appreciate the advice. It's very sage and very kind of you to impart, but I know what I'm doing, and he...
And she puts her little tiny T-Rex arm on his shoulder.
is just the right one to keep me company.
Oh, I see. Start spitting. No, you ears, roll start spitting. Let's see what you got.
So it's magnetism is the stat.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is gonna go well.
Okay.
With this... No, I guess not yet. Okay.
If you want to try to do something else, go for it. Like, I like weird.
What happens if you roll 3 ones?
Oh no!
So what is your magnetism
The
stat?
zoo blows up.
Magnetism is 0!
All right, so
Okay.
that is triples and a failure.
So anytime you roll triples, something happens with your markers. In the case of a failure, you lose a marker.
Cool.
Mhm.
Cool. Got it.
Yeah.
Marker marked.
Yeah, and
Now, would this... I think now I can ask this question. Nerves of Steel,
uh-huh.
which allows me to get out of a jam using Sly.
Uh-huh.
Would that apply here?
I'll say yes.
So getting out of a jam is a roll that is made, and you typically use Moxie. So
Right.
if you were to say, make a Moxie roll, you're basically going to use your Sly instead of your Moxie.
Okay.
Mhm.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, but you can absolutely use that for what happens because Franny pulls out a pair of handcuffs, some nippers, and she's like, I think you're one of those criminal types, given the company he's been keeping. So go ahead and roll Sly to get out of a jam.
Oh, okay. Okay. Math 4, 10, 14.
14 is a critical success. So I'm going to give you a choice.
Okay.
You can choose to use the momentum that she's using to try to put them on you to sort of sleight of hand and put them on her, or you can sleight of hand to get behind her and knock her out. Which would you prefer?
I am going to can I put one on her and attach another one and attach the other one to like the handle of a drawer or something nearby?
Okay, yes, you can absolutely do that.
That's what I'm doing.
All right, so you get one on her, and because they're very tiny, right? They're actually made for small animals. You get the other one under a typewriter button
Nice.
from the typewriter on the desk. And she goes, hey, now hold on a second here.
Seems like you're gonna be a little busy dealing with this, so we're just gonna skedaddle.
And she starts fumbling for the key, which is in her opposite pocket.
You better hurry up before the zookeeper gets back.
And I'm gonna bounce over to the window.
Okay.
Is it opened or closed?
He had it open because it was a nice summer day.
Fantastic.
Or not summer,
Also,
spring, I
didn't
guess.
you guys open it so I could get in?
Well, we're tiny, so I would not be able to open it.
Oh, okay.
So I was gonna have to like use my tools to cut the glass, but
Oh no,
Yeah.
it's better if we don't do that.
yeah.
No, it's spring and slushy, but it's warm. So it's like 50 degrees. So you get out, and he had the window open, and Jasper, you see ears kind of wiggle her way right out from under the window.
Alright. I will
Quick, come on.
pass post and act as taxi here because I can get you out of here faster than you can get out by yourselves.
So, I'll let Jasper Jade take ears, and I'll go up to the window and look down at Franny. Don't tell me you're doing this for the job, Franny. You just got more exciting than when we were together, that's all. And with that, I'll dive out the window and glide away.
Yes.
And you can glide out there. You guys are gliding away. Now, here's the deal. How are you going to let Alejandro and Carl know of what you've done?
I'm going to light a stick of dynamite,
God.
which I would imagine is basically like an M80.
Okay.
And as we're flying, I'm gonna keep an eye out for them, light the dynamite, throw it to the side, so
Okay.
that there's a loud bang, and it distracts the zoo staff, hopefully,
Okay.
and Alejandro and Carl can make their escape.
All right. So you hear this loud pop from this firecracker, and that head zookeeper that's now running toward the two of you whips a gun out, looking around. And another patron in a trench coat whips a gun out, looking around. While everyone's
escalated
panicking
quickly.
and fleeing.
I had that ability.
Oh
so
God, what did I just miss? I was kissing my baby goodnight. What happened?
The
So,
zookeeper pulled a gun.
Here's just throwing dynamite.
yeah. The zookeeper
Um.
pulled a gun, and so did a random patron in a trench coat.
So I tried to unhand the guy with the stick on Alejandro. Assuming I can do that, I'm jumping on my man's back, and I'm all like, "We gotta beat it!"
Okay. So you managed to go ahead and roll bop for me to see if you can get out of a jam, or you can get out of a jam, whichever.
Oh, that's always bopping is always good for monkeys.
Okay.
Alrighty. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 total.
12. Okay. You get Alejandro free, and you two start running, and as you guys are running, you notice that the zookeeper who pulled the gun, he fires, and it misses, just pinging off of the stone wall, and he's firing at Alejandro. He does not care now.
Oh god, my cousin Harambe, he went through this before. We gotta leave. We gotta leave.
Right, you need to get off my back. This is completely not like animals. So like the moment that he jumped on my back, I would still be acting like a cat, and I would totally do the like try to roll onto my side and like catapult him off with my back feet if he's like
Okay.
trying to get there. I know he's stronger than I am, so I'm not gonna win in a wild versus wild contest. But he's not thinking animal right now. He's thinking Carl.
No. Exactly.
I mean,
I mean, 9 times out of 10, monkeys exhibit, or they exhibit a lot of human behavior. So,
Sure,
but
but you are trying to jump on a predator's back. Are you,
You know
kidding
what?
me?
that is 2,000,000,000% valid.
And
So-
I am in no way, shape, or form afraid of the freaking zookeeper's guns. Like,
So
worst case scenario,
when I find that,
I will heal at midnight.
I would like to find a place to perch in a tree where we cannot be seen to watch this.
Yes.
Sure, absolutely.
when I find the opportune moment, I will. I'm gonna make my great escape as best I can.
So, Jasper,
When we land, I pull out a flask
Uh-huh.
and take a hit of it and just kind of hold it out to Jasper.
I'm like gonna nod and take a
I don't have
swig of
popcorn,
that.
but this seems as good.
Oh, better. So much better.
Yeah, and you, Jasper, do see someone run into the zoo as opposed to out of it.
All
And
right.
they're carrying a camera.
Oh my god. All right. Like I'm.
Yeah,
We-
Is it
Destroy that.
Is it a people or is it an animal?
it's a people running
Okay.
into the zoo with a camera because of the commotion going on in the gunfire. And
I'm gonna
actually,
get my gun out and shoot the camera.
Okay, go ahead. And you'll have to do this with Sly to avoid being caught. Meanwhile, Katie, pick even or odd.
Oh. I am an odd creature, so let's go odd.
Good
Okay.
call.
So
13, by the way.
13.
Nice.
That is odd.
13 is odd, which is great because you successfully fire and break the camera. Katie, I got an even, which
Oh.
means two more patrons, or two more people, I should say, in trench coats run into the zoo, and these two are carrying automatics
On
because
the-
they heard the gunfire.
On the bright side, it's going to make the mob targeting the zoo look way more plausible.
So
And
so now, did you successfully shoot the camera?
yes,
Yes.
yeah, he successfully shut the camera, and it is destroyed. They aren't going to get pictures for the newspaper now.
All right.
So you
I'll,
avoided one nasty thing.
Bobby,
Yes.
once I am extracted from being ridden like a horse, I want to try and find anywhere that there could be a possibility to hide.
Okay. You can absolutely do that. Go ahead and roll either Sly or Wild or Moxie. I'll let you pick.
Oh, geez. All right, I'll take the Moxie on
'Cause they
this
all
one.
fit to me.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, so that is a 10 with double fives.
A 10 with double fives. Okay. So I would like to do something a little different, a little weird. This is a special kind of test that I came up with for this kind of system. So everybody roll a d6 for me. Tell me what you get.
You know what? I'm gonna
Those-
roll my nerdarchy d6 for this one.
2, 2, 4, plus 1, 5, 6. That's 11. What'd you get, Alejandro?
2.
2. That's 13. Okay. So, you guys watch as one of these people with an automatic, he may just be bad with this. He may be new, or he may have seen something. But he starts firing at who knows what. The crowd screams. What few people are here duck down. And yeah, the chaos has unfolded because you guys got a 13 or better. So that being said, at this point, Flick, what are you doing?
Do I see any animal reporters around?
You don't, but all the animals that are in their enclosures are like glued to the bars, just like watching aghast. Alejandro's gone. Alejandro is like not here right now. He has found a hiding place somewhere. He is free of the loops. So who knows what's going on with that?
I would like to spend a marker
Okay.
to edit the scene.
Okay.
One of the zoo goers fleeing the wild animals and gunfire drops their camera.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I would like
I'll
to
let you do
snatch that camera up and use it to take pictures of the mobsters running around in trench coats with guns.
Absolutely, you can do
Nice.
that. Absolutely. I would like you to make a sly roll to avoid being caught.
All right. And I have
this
no
is people things.
I have no markers to spend. Well, I have a
Uh-oh.
marker, but I should probably not spend it.
Better be good if you spend it, man.
All right. Sly, that's an 8.
An 8. Okay. So, success with consequences. We will say that the success is you get those pictures. You get a few pictures, actually. And I'll let you choose the consequence. Either someone steps on your tail, or one of Otto's men, one of the beavers, is in the pond and sees you do this.
I'll go with the beaver.
Okay.
We have a
one of
problem with the eager
buttons
beaver.
sees you. And you guys just lock eyes briefly. And she's seen you.
I flip her off and go back to what I'm doing.
Okay. Jasper, what are you doing?
Come back to me.
Okay. Ears, what are you doing?
Let's see. We've got human pandemonium. I apologize. Did Alejandro disappear?
Yes, he disappeared.
Excellent. Is Carl in the open?
Carl's in the open.
Got it. The humans who are firing the guns everywhere.
Uh-huh.
I want. Are there any police here?
Not yet, but they're on the way. You can hear them in the distance.
Okay. And the zookeeper has a gun.
The zookeeper has a gun.
And a patron has a gun.
And 3 patrons have guns.
3 patrons.
Wow.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Is there a patron with a gun within shooting range
Yes.
of the mobsters?
Oh, of the mobsters?
Yes.
Oh, we'll say yes because that makes sense.
Excellent. I am going to light a stick of dynamite and throw it at the patron so that it appears one of the mobsters fired at them.
Oh, okay. Sly. Roll sly
All right.
to commit a caper.
So that's 9 plus 4, 13.
They're easy to do. So, it looks like this dynamite looks like a gun that went off next to, even or odd.
You know we went odd last time, so let's do odd again.
Okay.
You know what?
So,
someone in chat said.
It is.
Someone in chat said this is. You know, this is based in America because there's no way French Zoo will have so many guns.
Everybody has guns.
Yup. Also, you got it. So you get to tell me who in the human society was shot at.
There is a gentleman who is nicely dressed.
Mhm.
He is actually a local politician who
Oh,
is at the zoo today with his family.
oh. And
And he basically the stick of dynamite lands on his neck, like at the shirt collar, and it leaves a mark as though a bullet grazed him.
oh, So yeah, he screams in pain and starts kicking on the ground. This guy doesn't take a shot well at all.
Yeah, no, he's a politician. Of course not.
and he starts screaming, "I'm hit! I'm hit! Man down!" And his wife
He laughs
looks at him and
ginger
she
beer in my
starts
mouth.
fawning. And you watch as the wife grabs the child that was with them and she full on barrel tackles through this guy that had the gun. And then she screams, "Come on!" And they're making for the entrance.
Okay. So, during that particular chaos, I would like to take the key and slip it into the pocket of one of the mobsters.
Oh, okay. So you can absolutely do that. Go ahead and commit a caper for me.
Ooh. 11.
11. You succeed beautifully. Like, you just kind of flat by real quick and do like a flyby and drop it, lands neatly in that big open trench coat pocket as the guy falls, having been tackled by that lady.
So, at the same time, while all this chaos is ensuing, may I find respite in a hidey hole place, preferably my enclosure if I can get to my enclosure.
Okay. You can do that. So you see one of the zookeepers screaming at the head zookeeper, "This is why Monkey Islands was a bad idea. They should be in cages, not free roaming the islands." And then you just kind of like hop on a ferry and do your little hopping bit between the boats that are either being abandoned or currently occupied as people panic trying to row to the shore. And you make it to your island. And Alejandro, what are you doing?
Oh, once I got to what I would think would be a secure hiding spot, I'm just, hunkering down and trying to, not be seen or observed.
Okay, so you can do that. Now everybody's just looking for the Jaguar. They're searching for you and they cannot find you.
In the commotion, I'm gonna make my way back to. I'm gonna make my way back to my enclosure and take the receipts and stash them in the little dome. You know how they always have a dome house in rodent enclosures?
Yeah.
I stash it in there.
Okay, easy to do. So you get back to your enclosure. Carl's back in his enclosure. That leaves Jasper, Flick, and Alejandro. What are y'all doing?
Going back to my enclosure.
Okay. Flick gets to his enclosure. Easy peasy. It's not hard to do. Y'all can get back to your enclosures. Alejandro's the only one that's going to have a time because...
Alejandro, do you need help?
No, they're going to have to catch me.
Okay.
That's gonna be part of it.
Yeah.
But the wild gunfire needs to die down before I decide to come out and play, because I'm doing what a cat would do. Big noise, that scared me.
Right.
I've got to act like animal.
Right. So
Smart.
The police arrive within just another minute or two, and they start clearing out the rest of the patrons. You see the man on the floor with the automatic is being arrested. The other one is fleeing and being chased by police. The man that had a handgun is just kind of chilling, waiting to see what happens, and he gets escorted out, but not arrested. And the zookeeper kind of quickly stashes his own gun, and the police don't catch him with it. And he starts getting chewed out by the police about what kind of establishment is this? What's going on here? It's a problem. It takes a few minutes, but everything starts calming down.
So what happened to the one that had the keys planted on him?
He was the one that was arrested. So they're going to find it.
Amazing.
Good job, Dave.
I did plant the keys.
No, Jasper did.
Jasper did.
Oh. then good job, Robin.
So at some point, I will swing by and find ears to hand off the camera.
Mhm.
So do you think maybe Bunny has someone that could develop these?
Oh, I bet she does. And if she doesn't, she'll find someone.
That's what I thought. If we get those leaked to the press
Yep.
outside the zoo, I think that should wrap things up nicely.
I think so too. We got a good little crew.
But yeah, we get it done. It ain't always pretty, but we make it happen.
It doesn't have to be pretty if it's effective.
Yeah, Carl's a bit of a wild card. You never know what he's gonna do.
Yeah, but he keeps it fun, right?
Oh, he does.
Oh, I hope you don't mind my little ad-lib.
Oh, not at all. Sometimes that's the best plan, the one we didn't make.
Yeah. I have a feeling she might be knocking on your door soon, so just be ready. There's nothing a girl hates more than competition.
Oh, Franny. Oh,
Yeah.
there is one thing she hates more than competition. I think you're looking at it.
Yeah, I guarantee. Trust me on this one. She's gonna see that there's a threat to your devotion to her, and she's gonna come a knocking.
I wish it was that simple. And you see something kind of pass briefly across Flick's face, and it's just like a really sorrowful, sad look, and then kind of like shakes it away.
Yeah, right?
It's just there's a bit more to it than just a breakup.
I hope I didn't mess anything up.
No, it's fine. It was kind of fun, to be honest with you.
It's funny, I had fun too.
Could use that now and again.
Yeah. You're alright, Flick.
You're great yourself there, kid. I was glad Bunny stuck us with you. It worked out really well.
Yeah, me too.
I'm glad the G-Force didn't get you. That would have sucked.
Yeah. They're,
Bricks.
yeah, that is a very great and succinct way to put it.
Uh,
They are the eternal thorn in everybody's side. Everybody worth a damn anyways.
well, I'm gonna get back to my enclosure now and probably do the same.
Yeah. You mind if I torment Franny a little more if we run into her again?
It's complicated.
Alright. Well,
She's been through a lot.
I tell you what. Well, yeah, I would imagine so, because it's not exactly a secret what she was up to. But, if you decide that it is appropriate, just, clear your throat and cough twice.
I will definitely keep that in mind here. It was a lot of fun. Thanks.
Take care. I'll talk to you later.
And with that, head back to the enclosure.
All right. Meanwhile, Alejandro, how do you
Poor
want to
Alejandro.
do this? You tell me.
What was that, Steven?
You tell
Bobby?
me how you want to get caught. How do you want this to go down? You
So-
describe it.
Options that are out there is, now that the sirens are gone, the gunfire is gone, they could bring in, somebody who has worked with the cats before, and they kind of like lure me out and try to like put a fence up and guide me back to, the cage. They could just be like, all right, let's bring in somebody and trank me and do the whole, 4-person carry. The thing that I don't feel is, best in this scenario is, them to like go back to legitimate gunfire. So if either of those plans work for you, cool. If not, then we can come up with something else.
Okay, so they do not want the guns. They are not going with tranks because there have been enough guns in the zoo today. So they bring out those like fake wall sort of things and try to like guide you back to your enclosure in the empty zoo. And
So,
you get
you
back
know,
there.
I would see like the there's somebody who's like standing on the other side and they're tossing, little bits of meat over top of the wall to kind of coax me out and slowly but surely, get me back. And who doesn't like to get, treated every now and again? So I'll play the game of, back and forth and, looking back to the, my hiding spot, and then like, now they got to put the wall out. I got to coach them what they need to do to get me going forward, because humans are just so stupid. So after a little bit of time, the ruckus is over, and they quickly get the door closed and relatch it, and they're saying to themselves, I don't know, I mean, it was locked earlier today. I checked it. I checked it too. And,
Yep. And so they close that gate. And as it closes behind you, that sound of the gate closing, it triggers something, and your vision, like it does. And you see yourself now, you're back in the jungle, and you're in that circle with everyone wearing their robes. This time those robes are yellow, and standing in the middle of this circle is an individual who is tall, really tall, taller than any of you jungle cats on your hind legs. And this person is draped in these robes. You can't see their skin, you can't see their face, you can't see hardly anything. And they kneel as your friend, who ended up being with the circus that you saw, he walks forward in these robes holding a crown, a very familiar looking crown, actually. And he places it on the head of this yellow-robed figure. And the figure stands, and it says, our next part of the plan will be on the other continent. And he raises his head to the moon, and now you can see the face beneath. It's not simian. It's not human. But it is familiar to you. Well, it's familiar to you now. It's Samson. And that's where we're going to cut it, as your vision goes back out and you find yourself once more in your enclosure as night is about to fall. And that's where we're going to leave it.
Oh, man.
Awesome. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. Thank everyone for playing, and our special guest, Katie, as well as all of our friends here. You can find links down in the descriptions. Also, if you want to play Zoo Mafia, go down to the description, sign up for the Kickstarter notification. Also, on the website, you can get the quick start rules for free to check it out and start playing today. With that, until next time, stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.